everybody. Welcome to your January 2017 general forecast with moi. Thank you so much for tuning in. Big happy new year to everybody. It's 2017. When you add that all together, it's a number 1 year. So it's time to get some things started. So before we get started on your horoscope, I just wanted to remind you that this is very general for all of the signs that were born under a certain sign, whether by the sun, the moon, or your rising sign. And if you don't know what your rising sign or your moon sign are, then there's a link that I have below to where you can go to a website and find all of that information out. Especially if you have your birth time, then you can know what your rising sign is. But definitely check out your horoscope for all three every single month. The rising sign will be the most accurate, then the sun, then the moon. So check them out. And don't forget, if you would like a personal forecast that is just for you, boo-boo, under your birth time, your birth date, your place of birth, all that stuff, just exactly catered to you, go to my website, which is indigomoonastrology.com, and we can get a reading scheduled. All right, so now on to your general January forecast. Hey, what's up, Capricorn? So here is my lovely board that I'm going to show you what the horoscope is for you guys for January 2017. Happy birthday to January Capricorns and Happy New Year. So first we're going to talk about the position of the sun. The sun is the main luminary that is important to us here on Earth. Wherever it travels, as far as through the zodiac and through your chart, is where it lights up that part of your life the most. It brings those areas of life to your attention so much more, and it's also where you have an opportunity to shine as well. So guess what? The sun continues to be in Capricorn in your sign. So that means it's still your time. It is still your time, honey, okay? It is still your time to be. It's all about me. It's all about me getting fit, getting into shape, if that's something that you're worried about. Me getting my body right, me getting my life right, my life path. I've seen some Capricorns going after promotions and job and, positions and work at this time because they really feel so super confident with the sun in their sign right now. So the spotlight is definitely still on you guys, Capricorn, through the 19th of the month. Now on the 7th of the month, the sun and Pluto come together in a conjunction. And this is a time where Pluto is all about power. Pluto has been in your sign since 2008 and will be there until 2023, I believe. So a lot of Capricorns during this, the last 8-9 years have been really, really coming more into their own power. You guys have had your lives transformed so much. You are not the same people that you were 8 years ago. Usually every year, a lot of Capricorns, every year is like totally different from the last. You're a totally different person. You've grown, you've transformed, you've changed. And when the sun comes in contact with Pluto, this is a time where you can really feel like within your power, within your own personal power, or like making some changes and transformations in your life so much more to come into your own personal power. What I would say to be careful of and mindful of, because since the first house is the house of the self and asserting the self, and I am in charge, and Pluto is a planet that rules power in a sense. The sun is also a luminary that rules power in a sense as well. Some of my Cappies can be feeling a little too extra powerful to where you're a little bit domineering, and you're upsetting people because you're just like stomping around like you're a drill sergeant, okay? So try not to be, a little too extra with this energy, but this is definitely a great time. I've seen some Capricorn risings, especially since this is their first house, really transforming their bodies, working out and getting into shape, getting on certain diets to really change themselves. So this is a really, really great transformational time around the 7th of January. So on the 3rd, we have Venus moving into Pisces, and Venus rules not only love and relationships and romance and stuff, but also how you enjoy yourself in the physical world, the pleasures of the 5 senses, how you enjoy your time, your quality time, your free time. So Venus moves into Pisces. And then for my Capricorns, this is your 3rd house. The 3rd house is a house of communication. It's a house of just kind of talking with people a lot and not really, it's kind of just grazing the surface of things, not going too deeply into things. It's a house of being a busybody and having a very busy and active mind. So when Venus goes here, your mind can be on love and relationships, or on enjoying yourself a little bit more, enjoying the good life, which Capricorns love anyway. So there can be a little bit more of that for you guys this month. If you are looking for a relationship, you're open to a relationship, a lot of times when Venus is in the third house, you can either be introduced to somebody by a sibling or a cousin or a friend, or maybe meet somebody when you're out just doing your thing, running errands, going shopping, going to the bank or what have you. You may see a cute, banker and just, hey, chop it up with them and maybe make a love connection. If you are in a relationship already, Venus in the third can make you crave some variety within your relationship and make you want to get out and explore some new things around your city, for example, with your loved one. Or this is another what I call a creep-in transit. I'm just letting you know, I keep it real, because you can feel like having such a variety. You can get bored so easily within your relationship. And the third house is also the house of duality. It's a similar energy to Gemini. So if you know Geminis, a lot of them are notorious for leading a double life when it comes to relationships, because they need to play out that duality role, in order to feel fulfilled in life. So sometimes they do, give into having two relationships, or just kind of have a wandering eye because they're bored. So just be very, very careful and mindful of that. You can be a little too flirty, a little too chatty with people. Say if you go to a bar or to a club or just out somewhere with your significant other, and a stranger starts chatting it up with you, you may be a little bit too open to talking to them. It may, make your partner a little upset. So just be careful with that. But yes, definitely a good time to enjoy some variety within love and relationships, whatever that means for you. Now, on the 7th, Venus will come into a conjunction with the South Node. And if you look at the symbol right here for the South Node, it looks kind of like a magnet, but this magnet is pulling things down. Okay, the South Node represents not only like letting go, what we need to let go of, but it's the past. So and it's also karma, like past karmas. And if you believe in past lives, it's past lives. So you can meet someone just out and about and feel like, oh my gosh, you have this karmic connection with them that was unexpected. Maybe they remind you of someone from the past, as a past relationship or whatever. Venus conjunct the South Node can mean, just having to let go of someone within your mind and your memory, because this is the third house of the mind. Venus and the South Node together can also mean, just karmic relationship stuff. Old relationships can come back from the past to try to communicate with you, or just in memory, and maybe you just have to work very hard to try to let go of something that has to do with past relationships. Also on the 12th, Venus will be conversing with Neptune in Pisces. So Neptune is the ruling planet of Pisces. It gives Pisces its qualities of being not only dreamy and compassionate and everything, but also prone to escapism, not being fully in touch with reality, and kind of glossing over things, putting a fog over reality, if you will. Now, Capricorns are pretty grounded in reality, usually. Capricorns are. But there can be times where you go through these transits where you can kind of lose touch a little bit, just being honest. So this is the third house of the mind. So yeah, your mind can be on maybe escapism. Enjoying some time with some healthy escapism is okay. I know some Capricorns that in their free time they like to play video games. And so this is something that they want to do a lot more to kind of escape reality. Or get out of town, go near water, to escape reality is a great healthy way. Listening to music, doing some fun artistic things too, especially getting out and about and going to maybe some art shows or galleries or what have you. Artistic, creative stuff, with using your hands, because the third house is also skills of the hands. So if any of my Capricorns are artists, this is a really positive transit for you to have some of your best artwork shine through. But definitely be careful of meeting people and not fully seeing them for who they really are. Now, Venus will also come in a conjunction at the end of the month around the 26th with Chiron. And Chiron is an asteroid that's nicknamed the Wounded Healer. Pretty much wherever Chiron is transiting, it's a very long-term transit, okay? But also wherever it's in your birth chart, wherever Chiron is at is an area of life where you can have a constant theme come up of having to put a band-aid on something to have it heal, and sometimes the band-aid can be ripped off. It comes up again, you have to heal it again over and over again during that transit time. So for you guys, this can have to do with siblings, because that's what the third house rules: siblings and cousins, just relatives that are at a short distance away. How about that? So this can be an opportunity to heal relationships with those people, because Venus does rule relationships and Chiron is healing. So definitely look out for that around the end of the month. Now, also, on the 4th, we have Mercury moving back from your sign in Capricorn back into Sagittarius. So the whole month of December, Capricorns, you guys had Mercury retrograde in your sign. How has that been for you guys? Let me know. I like hearing Mercury retrograde experiences from people. We can laugh at the mishaps and the miscommunications after the retrograde is over usually, but also it's an opportunity to go back over things and learn some lessons about do's and don'ts of certain things with communication, with devices, with vehicles, whatever. Also, whatever area of life it transits through, there can be some lessons learned. Okay, I have to no longer skip over the details with this, that, or the other. So for you guys, Mercury was in your sign, okay, in Capricorn. So anywhere in life, you could have learned some lessons. And Capricorn, you guys are the energy of the teacher, of the elder, of, the bringer of lessons, great bringer of lessons. And, well, you shouldn't have done that. You need to learn. You're going to learn today. That's Capricorn energy. So you guys could have had a lot of that popping up for you with this Mercury retrograde. So anyway, on the 4th, Mercury goes back into Sagittarius for about a week. That's your 12th house. So with all this, Pisces energy happening, and then your 12th house, Mercury going back there, Pisces energy is happening in your 3rd house of the mind, and Mercury does rule your mind and your thinking too, and that goes back into your 12th house, which is a very foggy energy as well. So once again, this is double the fog, brain fog for my Capricorns. So you guys need to make sure that you're staying grounded, you're staying alert when it comes to especially driving and traveling, and also communicating. But once again, if you're an artist or you have the time to play video games all day or do something creative with your hands, this is a wonderful time for you to enjoy. But if you have to communicate with other people, you have to do practical stuff, it can be a little bit difficult, and it can be very frustrating for you as a Capricorn, because you guys are so, by nature, very practical, and can usually write lists and stick to goals and, work hard and everything. But when this goes back into Sag, good thing it's only for a week that it's Mercury retrograde in Sag. On the 8th, Mercury does move forward. It starts moving forward out of its retrograde phase. And then on the 12th, it goes back into your sign. And then Mercury will be out of its shadow period on the 22nd, okay? So I would say around that time, towards the end of the month when Mercury's in your sign, is the time to proceed with any type of, anything that you have to do to communicate with other people or make deals with people, contracts, and things like that. Better time to do that after Mercury comes out of shadow period on the 22nd. But you will be a busybody. When Mercury's in your sign, he makes your mind very active and your body wants to try to catch up. So you can be a little bit restless, just giving you guys a fair warning. It may be harder to sleep. Your mind's going to be like the Tasmanian devil, whizzing around a lot. So it is a great time to, make some goals, make some plans, and also to be physically active. It can help you with that as well. Now, on the 12th, we have a full moon, and this one is very important for you guys. It's in Cancer. Cancer is your opposite sign, and whenever there's a full moon, it's like the mom and the pops. The moon is the mom, the sun is like the pops. They get into a little disagreement, all right? They oppose one another on their views, and then they have to come to a breaking point where there's an agreement made, a decision made that's once and for all, you know. So the moon is in Cancer. That is your seventh house of relationships. Okay, and then we have the sun in your sign in Capricorn. So this is you and this is other people. So this is a decision that can be made. Maybe you are all about you and your personal power and working out and, you know, getting promoted at a job and just, you know, doing you, boo-boo, okay? Just doing you. But then on the other end of the spectrum, you may have someone that wants to be in a relationship with you. They want to tie you down. But you're like, look, honey, okay, I am working on myself right now. It's all about me. So I don't really have time for you. And then Cancers, they cry. They will cry about that stuff. So somebody may be getting emotional on you if you turn them down in a relationship. Or it can be the opposite. Maybe you're working on yourself. You're feeling so good. You're feeling so attractive and just a shiny new person. You're like, okay, I've transformed. I've let go of the past. Now I'm ready to step into a new relationship and finally make a decision to make a commitment to someone. And you decide to take that relationship to that next level. So this is that full moon. The full moon does have a couple of tense aspects to it. Some squares from Jupiter and Uranus and an opposition from Pluto. And Pluto is actually right here in your sign too. So this is a very strong full moon, bringing some really big significant changes for you in regards to relationships. Now on the 19th, we have the sun moving from your sign in Cappy into Aquarius. So, you know, it was your time to shine, and so I hope you guys were enjoying that. But now it's time to get to work, which you guys are totally down with. Capricorn is the sign of work, of careers. So actually the sun going into your second house, the second house is the money that you earn from working, okay? So you can be looking for a job. You can be already working in a job and maybe have a different position that you earn. Or maybe you start earning more money, you can ask for a raise, or maybe a second job is something that you're looking for. This is also the house of how you budget, how you spend, how you save your money, and it's also material possessions that you enjoy. Enjoying the material world is also the second house. So Capricorn is a very material sign, so you may feel like enjoying the material world a lot more, maybe spending more money if you can. You know, if you have that type of a lifestyle, hey, this may be a very nice, enjoyable, comfortable time for you. If you don't and you're on a budget, I would say Capricorn, be very careful with this energy and use it towards focusing on your finances and how to make them a lot better instead of just spend, okay? Now, we have also a new moon happening in this house on the 27th. That means mom and pops come together and they birth something brand new for you. So this can be a promotion, a raise for some of my Capricorns. I'm married to a Capricorn rising, so bring on that money. I really hope so. He applied for a promotion, so we'll see what happens. But this can be a brand new job for you guys, or just a brand new way of looking at your money and budgeting your money. And or it can bring a new material possession, a new big ticket item, I like to say, like maybe a new car or something you decide to buy, or start saving for a house, for example. Some new financial goals can definitely happen with this moon. Now, we have Mars changing signs at the very end of the month too. So Mars has been in Pisces since the end of December, and that's your third house. Mars in the third is a very busybody, active Mars, okay? Mars is already very active anyway, but the third house is like the Tasmanian devil energy, where you could have been having so much restless energy during that time. But it was maybe a great time to get a lot of things accomplished at the end of December and, you know, throughout January, running a lot of errands and what have you. But now Mars moves into its home sign that it rules, which is Aries. And for you guys, that is your fourth house of home and family. Wait, hold up. I had Venus and Chiron. I put them in the wrong spots. My bad, you guys. Hope that's not confusing. I'm not going to edit that out so I can explain why they were in the wrong spot. But anyway, the 28th, Mars moves into Aries, which is your fourth house of home and family. So Mars on a negative side, since it's action and initiative, but it can also be aggression and impatience and conflict. It can bring some conflicts between you and family members. Just a fair warning, Capricorn. And it's going to be here through the month of February as well, so I'll talk about it in detail more next month. But it's a great time for renovating or moving when it comes to your home as well. So that was your month of January. I hope it's an awesome month for you guys.